Your revenue feels random. You probably don't have what I call a profit engine, and it's costing you profit, time, and confidence every month you delay it. Skip this video, and you'll keep paying for it in polite maybes, discounting to close, and the constant stress of unpredictable cash flow, because your sales process never becomes a stable engine for your business. I turn messy, unpredictable revenue into clean profit engines. Clearer offers, higher prices, stronger conversion, led with energetic authority and sequenced to your highest leverage constraints. And we don't try to fix everything at once. We diagnose what's actually constraining profit, then rebuild the engine in the right order so that the results compound. Now, if you want help applying this to your business, visit the contact page on my website, the link's below, and tell me what's happening in your business, plus the single biggest business problem that you want solved. Lots of people think pressure comes from sales tactics. It doesn't. Pressure comes from lack of leadership. When your sales frame is weak, or you simply don't own it, the conversation gets a little slippery. You explain too much, you negotiate against yourself, you try to earn the yes. That's not sales skill. That's a missing container. Clean sales is frame leadership without force. You set the container, you gain consent, you diagnose, you qualify, and you close cleanly. When you marry this with spirit, it becomes a form of alchemy, turning confusion into clarity and clarity into commitment without sales coercion. So look, let's call it this way. Pressure is not a personality flaw. Pressure is a symptom. It shows up when you need the money, that causes pressure. When you need personal validation, that causes pressure. And when you need the win, that's the biggest pressure of all. The minute you need their yes, you lose ownership of the frame. So clean sales, it starts with an identity shift. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to evaluate fit and lead you to a decision. That's energetic authority. It's calm, grounded, and most importantly, it's unattached, but it's very direct. If you want to remove pressure, you need one thing first. That's the container. Here's a clean opener that instantly changes your entire sales call. Here's how this works. I'm going to ask you a few questions to understand what's going on. Then I'll reflect back what I see that's driving the real constraint. If I can help, I'll tell you what I recommend and what it costs. If I can't, I'll tell you that too. Sound good? Now that's leadership without aggression. Spiritually, this is you drawing a circle, a boundary, a ritual container. Once the container has been set, the next mistake people make is pitching too early. Most sellers present before they understand. And when you do that, you force the pressure. Instead, run a diagnosis like a strategist. What's happening right now? What have you tried? What's still not working? What do you believe the constraint is? And what is that costing you per month in profit, time, and/or energy? Then you mirror it back in one sharp frame. Here's what I see. The issue isn't effort, it's structure. This is where prospects feel seen, and being seen creates voluntary commitment. Now we'll make it even cleaner. Turn something vague into something measurable. If you want to stop sounding vague, use criteria. And here are 4 criteria that instantly sharpen everything. How fast do you want this solved? Are we talking weeks or months? Authority. Are you the final decision maker? Capacity. Do you have the bandwidth to implement a solid solution? And economics. What's the monthly cost of not addressing this situation? This is not pushy. It's being an adult. It signals, I work with reality. Now, the alchemy metaphor, criteria are the formula. Without a formula, you cannot get transformation. You just get vibes. I like vibes, but vibes isn't what they're paying for. They're paying for the transformation. Criteria give you something else, the power to disqualify cleanly. Now, how to disqualify without being a jerk? Here's the truth. If you can't say no, your frame collapses. Try disqualifiers like, are you willing to change your offer and pricing if that's what the numbers demand? Are you looking for real implementation, or do you just want information? Do you want coaching, meaning you'll be challenged, or do you want reassurance? If they hesitate on any of these, don't rescue them. Just note it. Okay, good to know. That tells me how we should approach this. Energetically, your standards are protective. They keep your work clean. They keep your nervous system intact. And they also make the right clients trust you even more. Do you want me to help you install this into your offer, pricing, and call structure? Reach out to me. Go to the contact tab on my website. The link is below. Tell me what you sell, what you charge, and where your sales process breaks down most. I'll read it and we'll take the next step. Now, closing without pressure is simply completing the process that you led. Use this close. Based on what you told me, I do think this is a fit. I recommend X, and the investment is Y. If we do this right, the outcome we're driving towards is Z. Do you want to move forward? And then stop talking. Now, silence is not awkward. Silence is the crucible. It's where commitment forms. The only people who fear silence are people who don't own the frame. And when someone doesn't decide, it's usually not an objection. It's an undefined concern. Most objections aren't real objections. They're points where two frames collide. Their frame, which contains fear, uncertainty, and past experiences, and your frame, which is built out of standards, sequence, and outcomes. So don't argue. Clarify the collision. Totally fair. What part feels unclear? Value, timing, trust, or money? If it's money, say, if nothing changes in the next 90 days, what does that cost you? If it's trust, say, what would you need to see or understand to feel solid? If it's timing, what would make now the right time? This keeps it clean. There's no pushing, just precision. Now here's the last piece. Your nervous system is part of your sales process. Your signal sells as much as your words. People pretend sales is only words. It's not. It's emotional regulation. If you're attached to the outcome, they feel it. If you're performing, they resist you. If you stay grounded, they relax. Before a call, take 20 seconds. Breathe. Drop your shoulders to relax. Ask, what's the coolest truth I can hold here? And then ask, am I willing to walk away if it's not a fit? That is spiritual leadership, and it's exactly what creates business results. Because the awakened achiever doesn't want hype. They want clean power, strategy plus integrity, outcomes plus alignment. So if your revenue comes in randomly, it's not because you need more tactics. You don't. You probably don't have a clean profit engine. Clean sales is one of the core components of that engine. The container, consent, diagnosis, criteria, disqualification, clean close, clean objection handling, and regulated energy. That's the alchemy, turning confusion into clarity, and then clarity into commitment, all without pressure, without chasing, and without performance. If you want help building your profit engine and cleaning up your sales process, go to the contact tab on my website. The link is below. Tell me what's happening in your business and the biggest problem that you want solved. And when you reach out, include this. What feels most unstable to you now? Your offer, your pricing, your pipeline, or your conversions? Tell me exactly where you'd like to start. And that's where we'll begin.